Welcome in everyone. In today's video, we are going to be doing an overview of the Unusual Whales platform. If you're an existing user, you have probably noticed that there has been a lot of updates to the platform. Mr. Whale works very hard to keep improving the platform, and I believe he's doing an awesome job. It looks better and better every time he does an update. So we're kind of going to go over just some basic stuff where everything is now on the platform. I do have videos for those who are interested on deeper dives on how to read some of the flow and where to find certain things and how to use some of the features in here. But this video, we're just going to kind of go over where everything is, and especially for new users, this will be a great starting point. So let's get started here. And I do want to make a small note. If you are interested in trying Unusual Whales, I will leave a referral code in the comments below, and feel free to use that. You'll save 5% off your subscription on whatever one you decide to choose. So let's get started here. So this is your main page on Unusual Whales when you get to unusualwhales.com. So starting here at the top, you have your flow, your options profit calculator, AI, your paper trading, your courses for new traders. This is a great spot, and this is a free part of Unusual Whales as well that you can check out. Your political information, your alert, some extra stuff, news, and your settings. So we're going to kind of touch on all this stuff. So where I primarily like to be is in this flow area. So you have access to everything in here, and I will show everybody where that is as well. So coming up here, you'll see I like to click on these or uncollapse, collapse them, however you kind of like it, but you will start out in the options flow area here. So this is kind of the meat and potatoes, whatever they say, for Unusual Whales, pretty much the option flow. So you will get your option flow here, and again, once you get used to this, if you want, you can always collapse aside, which I kind of do like having that as well when you're searching through everything, just so everything's not kind of sticking out, just more space on the computer screen. But in here, you have your options flow, and all your filters are here on the side as well. So there again, like I said, there is a video on how to properly filter too as well, because you don't want to just have open filters, but all your filters are here. You can pick your expiration dates, your sectors you want to go off of. And this is the very critical part here, choosing your premium size, all that stuff. And your other filters are also down here as well. And a very nice feature I do like using that a lot of people don't know about is Unusual Whales does have built-in set, or what do you want to call them, watch list filters. So which is very nice. So I mean, like with this, you can look at your earnings flow. Obviously, probably nothing's going to pop up today. Well, everything's going to be there, but I mean, you can see kind of earnings flow on different companies that are coming up. So that's a nice preset one, and you can also select your own, or you can create your own. So that is kind of just the basic flow area as well. And from this flow area, also you can access a lot of the stuff for contract wise and all that. So I mean, you come here and you click on your contract, and it's going to pull up your contract information here. And you can also access this in other areas as well too. But this is a great spot to find stuff, and all this stuff is clickable. And even if you are a new user, if you scroll your mouse over whatever, it's going to tell you what this is. So this is an ask side transaction. If you come down, let's see if we can find one. Like, it's going to tell you this is a weekly expiration contract. And again, you can see that here with your days to expiration, which Mr. Whale does a great job with this little stuff, especially for newer traders that might be a little confused. It's a very quick, fast breakdown. So also, again, all this stuff here, date-wise, ticker-wise, stock-wise, is all clickable and will pull up information as well. So let's move on down. So another awesome area, and for some of you that have an existing unusual whales program, you can remember everything was at the top. I actually really love this being on the side more. It's everything's in one small area and very accessible. So let's continue down here. So under the options data, then you have your hottest contracts area. And again, you can filter all this out here. All your filters are on the side, and you're going to get the hottest contracts in here as well. And if you're looking at, if you want to look at previous dates, again, up here, nice drop down, come in and pick a previous day you want to look at. So that is your hottest contracts area. And your flow alerts area is also a very, very awesome area. So if you filter out, I mean, you're going to get any flow alert that's showing up for you as well there. And if you click on this, it's going to pull up the flow alert too and kind of show you what it is, the total size of the premium, volume, all that stuff. You can also go in and look at the and visualize the trade. So this pulls in that trade into the option profit calculator, which is very awesome. Saves you the time of having to figure it out on your end. And come down here, I always look at the profit loss table, switch it over to profit loss, and you can see this is this trade that I specifically just randomly pulled up. They're expecting it to go down. So you can see that, and you can also see that down here as well. So it's a lot easier than trying to guess the way of the spread, especially on bigger spreads. But let's go back here to the flow alerts. So another cool thing in this area is you can also filter out flow alerts as well. So let's say I wanted to see everything except Netflix because they're at the top. So again, this does this in the overall flow as well too. But you can say remove like SPY and QQQ, all that stuff that gets a lot more volume too. But you look at these repeated hits and stuff. Let me actually, I want to show everybody this. So this is the cool part. So you look at this right here, and let me switch this, make it a little easier. Again, with reading this, there is another video on how to actually read this, but again, you click on that contract and it's going to show you where that whale entered. So again, everything links to something in here in on unusual whales, which is great. Saves you a lot of time, especially as traders. You probably know that you need to be quick with this stuff. So again, your flow alerts and all that are down here. And if you have a question about what these flow alerts mean, you come up here to the rules, and here you go. Great explanation of everything here. So not going to dive into that in this video, but that's great for beginners up there. So moving on here, you have your open interest explorer next. And again, you can filter it how you want, create a watch list if you want. All your filters will always be in this left side here. And again, just kind of looking at your hottest contracts too. You can change that up here. So if you want to change it to a certain chain you're looking for, or if you're looking for just different tickers too as well here. I mean, gives you a great visual of kind of the put call open interests and all that stuff in here. So for those that like digging deeper into data, great spot to look. And again, your open interest change here is great, especially in the morning if you're trying to follow a whale. If you forgot which flow alert it may have been, you can always come and search your ticker in here. Let's just say we're looking for an NVIDIA put or something. So, I mean, you have all your information here too. So, very, very great spot to check. Just if you're following whales and all that, always want to check the open interest. So, moving on here. So, that was that contract lookup. And again, you can always search a specific contract as well in here too. So There's your information again there. Filters up here. So another underrated area in unusual whales is your flow charting and all that as well too. So you get a lot of information in here. You get your volume breakdown, your strike options volume, your cope, and all that. Let's see, actually your cope is on the main page. We'll touch on that next. Some of the stuff I'm still updating with, or I'm still learning as well too, because I did move a lot of stuff around. So, but this is a great learning experience as well for me. So let us move down. So non-standard options are in here as well. So again, for those who are looking at this stuff, this is your area for your non-standard options. And at the top here, you do have some more stuff pop up as well too. You can see your halts on the day. So halts, pauses, all that stuff. Your haul day hours are up in here as well. Stock split information. Your institutional information. And remember, we were in the non-standard options already, so skipping over that. We are looking at insider trades as well here. And again, all filterable, all you can search it all. So let's just do Apple. I'm not trying to pick on Apple or anything, but so then you get that. And then let's say you wanted to do AMD and insider trades, and you can filter all that out in here. Last 5 months. So kind of whatever you want to do with that. And then you got your SEC reports up in here as well. And let's go, actually we didn't touch on dividends, but you have your dividend information in here as well too. So going back to the non-standard options. So moving along, so your next area is your superflow. So for those who are limited on computer space or screen space, this is a very, very awesome area. So this you can pretty much take, let's say you want, actually we'll give a nice example actually quick. So this would be if you have nothing on here, obviously, and let's say you have one screen and you want some option flow. So you would get your flow. You can add that window in there. So here's your flow, and let's just do, we'll pick on Apple again. So Apple, okay, well, you want some more information. If you had a couple other screens, you would obviously have some information in there. So let's say you wanted your, let's go with the flow alerts too. So you got two. Well, here's your filters again. Filter here, and then you're going to get all your information here on your right side for those flow alerts, and then you close that, and then you would just filter with that one. And the cool thing is you can always rearrange the size as well. And if you want, let's add in one more, just kind of show how it looks. Whoops. So you add that in, and then if you wanted to, let's do dark flow too. So that is, then you would have your dark flow, and again, filters are up here, and you can auto arrange it too as well. It'll kind of put everything in a split area, and then you can always move it how you want. And if you wanted to move your dark flow up, you can do that as well too. So it's pretty much a puzzle, just putting it together how you want. So again, this is a great feature for those who do not have a lot of computer space. So moving on here to the 0 DTE flow, and again, Fridays it's going to look a lot different since expirations are on Fridays, but again, you can, I'm done picking on Apple, so we'll go AMD. So I mean, it's going to pull up all your information here on your 0 days and all that, and you can also change it in here, obviously more filters for you to play around with. And again, this is all, you can mess around with it, figure out what works for you, but you can get a lot of information as well in this area too. So that's kind of the options data flow area. So let's touch on the market data area. Again, a very great area. So market overview, I do like looking at this at the beginning of the day because we have a nice latest news section as well. You kind of get your information on the market, how it's going, your put premiums for the day, call premiums for the day, kind of what SPY is doing for the day. And you come down here, you'll see your sector flow as well. So I'm going to show you what all the sectors are doing in the S&P 500. And you come down here, you have your earnings information for that day. So pre-market earnings, it's going to give you the implied move, your earnings per share estimate, and obviously this is videos being made on a Saturday, so there's not going to be any after hour earnings because it's Saturday and there are not after hour earnings on Friday. So this is from Friday. So this is kind of your market overview area. Get a great news area, and it's news that's actually important. It's not something stupid saying it's news that is important to the market, I'll say. So, and again, you can change this. Let's say you wanted to go back to the 11th and see how the 11th was doing. The information's all saved in here, going to show you what happened and all that. I picked another exact Friday. So, but yeah, so I mean, this is a very nice overview spot. Check this. I mean, this is great for after hour use as well, too. You can kind of see what that daily call and put premium was and see your volume and all that. So great view there. And again, you can always filter this out of the money only if you wanted. Actually, I should probably move this back to yesterday. So yeah, I mean, you'll see that different volume and all that as well. So moving down to the news feed next. So again, important news, and you can always change your sources in there a little bit, but you'll get your news here and gives you the time it's coming out. And again, this is news that's actually important. It's not saying Kim Kardashian and Kanye got a divorce or Harry and Meghan or whatever. You get the idea. This is news that is important to the market. So, which is a great feature to have because if you look at other platforms and stuff, they're tweeting stuff that or putting out news that just doesn't matter, and it's not news that's relevant. So moving down again, your sector flow. You got all your information here. What's the market doing for the day? And this will be running in live time as well too. Obviously not right now. It's Saturday. Then you got your heat map down here as well. Some more information down here as well to kind of see how everything's doing and comparing symbols if you want. So again, you can always get this in market overview. But moving down here as well, you have your earnings. So let us go. Next week is we don't have next week's earnings yet, so that is. But yeah, you can always filter. Okay, never mind. I am just wrong. Okay, so here would be next week's earnings as well. Here, moving on over, dropping that down and updating that. So getting all your company earnings for that week. I'm gonna tell you what day, pre-market, after hours, all that. So another area, your analyst watch list. So for those who like to follow analysts, obviously you can come in here, filter out by firm, what they're doing for the uh, rating they're giving, your rating, your different sectors. And again, if you're just looking for, let's pick on somebody else. Let's do NVIDIA. So on NVIDIA rating, it's going to tell you when, what they gave, and it's that upside downside percent move. So again, for those that like to follow analysts, that's great. And for those who are curious about who the analyst is, you come up to that analyst profile and it's going to tell you who it is, their main sector, what firm they work for. You get the idea. And you can kind of see their overview on everything. So it's a great start. I mean, depending on if you like to follow analysts or what you do. great spot to kind of keep up with them. So moving on, again, your holiday schedule here as well. And earlier when I showed you, you can I believe that was up in options data, but you can come up in here and again your non-standard options there. So it was in that, yep. So that options data will pull up from that options, or not the options data, the information here. So you can get this from that other area as well. So let me go back down here. So we were looking at the holiday schedule. So again, holiday schedule here. Then you have a stock splits feed. Again, this is everything that I was showing up here. Some of it will show up in multiple areas because that's where it's relevant. So, and again, your dividend feed. And for the lifetime users, if you don't know about this, this is a great area. I mean, you have your data shop, you can have data downloads. So I'll show you another spot, which actually right below this, and you can do this from the settings too. So if you're trying to do it that way, it's in there. But let us go back here. So that's your data shop. You got your inside trade data, options chain, self-explanatory stuff right there. But your data downloads, so for the lifetime users, this is great because you can export this to an Excel. So those who like to filter out different stuff, those are who are great with Excel. A very, very important area if you want to download your, let's say, dark flow data. I'm not going to download it right here because it's a big file. So we you have this area where you can get all that information. So that is your market data area. So let's look at the stock data area next. So in your stock data area, you have your dark pool feed. So again, filters on the left, filter how you want. And you scroll, you have a question about something, you scroll over any of this stuff. So I mean, obviously ticker, you got your extended hours trade, kind of self-explanatory. And if you're looking for, again, just a certain thing, let's look at AMD. Well, then you have all your information here as well on AMD for the day. So again, scroll over, you have a question, your average price trade is going to give you an explanation of it. So moving on here to the whale feed. So it's going to kind of show you your kind of intermarket sweeps and all this stuff. Just a lot of information in here as well. So you'll see your big volume, just kind of basic data for those who like to dive into that dark pool data and all that stuff. And then you got your halt pauses again as well, insider trades. And again, as I showed earlier, you can filter this out how you would like. So that's kind of your stock data area. Now looking in your ticker explorer area, you have your entire overview again, and again, that's going to have most of this stuff in here as well. And up here you can change your company. So let's do Microsoft just to do something different. So here's Microsoft, and again, you can access all this information in here right up here as well. So let's use the top tab here and just to kind of show everybody. So like, let's say you wanted to collapse this, you have everything right here. So, and again, your overview, it's going to have all that information on this front page as well. So we're going to kind of just do a brief overview on this, and I'll kind of just hit on some of these drop downs as well. So you have your chart on Microsoft. You've got your daily stats in here as well, your news on Microsoft, your insider sells, purchases, all that, your hottest chains on the day, your options volume, and again, you can change all that stuff right in here as well, your stock alerts as well. So all that is kind of just the basic overview of whatever you choose, and again, you can switch that up here. And you come here, if you want to look at your options flow, it's going to pull this up. And this is, earlier when I said for those who like COPE, this is where your COPE actually is. So all your stuff is in here. It's going to show you your call put volume, bullish, bearish, again, however you want to read it, however you want to use it. Come down, you'll have some options, volume, information. And again, this is on the front page as well. your most active chains with highest open interest, and your biggest options trades on the day. So if you do come in here, you can drill down more and find more data, but that overview page kind of gives you a great view of everything that I personally use. So, and then you got your biggest movers from yesterday as well. It's going to tell you which contracts made their biggest movement. Come down here, you got your biggest volume moves or your unusual whales or unusual volume moves. And again, you get a lot of that information from the overview. So your charting as well, which is a underrated feature on unusual whales as well too. You have that charting area, which I will hit on after this, but let's go back to this page. So then you got the charting, which we'll hit on it now. Why not? So the charting, and I do have a video on how to actually set up the chart and all that, but you've got your candles up here. You can switch them if you want, different candle types. All your different indicators and all that are over here. Different filters. If you have anything custom as well, alerts if you want alerts, different settings. So kind of all that stuff is in here. Their built-in charting system is actually very nice and very fast. I actually really like using it. So and again, you can switch it day by day and again, different candles, etc. So then coming over to the volatility area. So again, for those that like looking at the different spikes and all that stuff, your information is in here as well. So kind of just showing everybody in here. So again, see that open interest, kind of what it's doing. So then you have your GEX and DEX here. And again, for those that like following the gamma and delta stuff, all that information right here. So toggle those and you're going to get the information. And your option chains as well here. So just kind of looking over that, it's going to show you what the total overall everything did there. So you got, let's say you wanted to change your expiration to 6/9 of 2023. So you're going to see what that did for the day there on the open interest. See if it's bid side, ask side, volume more. And kind of, yeah. And again, you can always change your ticker up there as well. So moving on here. So then again, open interest changes. It's going to tell you the chains that have the whole biggest increase, decrease, and then increase by percent. You get the idea. Bar chart down here of that. And your flow history as well. So again, here is your COPE and all that information for those that like following that. You'll get your total open interest, your average volume for the 3 days, 7 days, 30 days out, your put to call ratio. And again, the one thing I really actually love that Mr. Whale puts in here is the bullish bearish premium like bar like this. So you can kind of, it's a very quick visual versus sitting to kind of look at every single number. You just see a huge, let's see if we can find one. Let me just switch it over to let's say we want to look at Apple here. You look at that flow history. You come down here and I mean, you can quickly see, okay, this is pretty split. And then you had to have something like this where a little more bullish with neutral, but a little less bearish as well. And then you have stuff like this that sticks out. Okay, there's a lot of neutral volume here. Maybe something to just ignore or stay away from. But lots of information there in that flow history area. Then you come over to the fundamental areas and we switch to Apple. So again, I showed everybody that. You can do that. So again, showing you just kind of that basic information again. It's going to show you the overview. So moving down here, so your ETF exposure now. So it's going to kind of show you which big companies hold Apple and kind of their weight of how much that company is with, or how much they own of their fund of Apple. So they're 6%, Vanguard 6% of them. So then it kind of tells you the shares and on their last report when they what their difference was. So a little information there. And then again, your options charting area. Pull that up here. So again, more information here for those that like to dive in and again edit stuff as you wish. You have more information down here, so you got kind of when you want to filter different stuff with your charts and all that. So lots of stuff in here to use. And again, I don't want to dive super deep into this. It would be a very long video otherwise. But just kind of the basic area where you can find stuff. So that's your options charting area. Your Greek information is right in here. And again, it's going to, for those who look at that stuff, you're going to get your distribution information there as well. Your IV distribution, your max pain information, which I know a lot of people like looking at max pain. And again, you can switch this for the day, for next week, what it's got. So kind of a look ahead with that. And then your volume flow, again, just lots of data that is very relevant for a lot of people. So moving on, and again, your analyst area, it's going to come back here, tell you what they're doing with Apple here. So you get a different view from the other analyst tab, a little deeper view again. So it's going to kind of tell you their targets they have, the actual underlying what it's doing right now. And I mean, you get a lot of information in here, good visuals again as well. So moving on to the earnings area, and again, another very important area as well. So you get your earnings information. So it's going to tell you their historic versus the actual, all that information in here. It's going to tell you what the street mean was, the implied move, all that stuff. So you get a lot of information in here as well, and and historical information. So moving over, and then like Apple has dividends, so you'll get your dividend information in here. It's going to tell you the total dividends per share and all that information as well in here, and your historical information also. Your insider transactions. So again, this is obviously all insiders and people who follow that. This is a great area. So you got some insider trading information there. So you got your buy information, total buys, total sales, the net, and again, a nice chart here. And again, if you wanted to update this to 6 months, well, you're going to see there's a big spike in buying there. Kind of all that stuff. And again, pie charts, circle, whatever, circle chart, whatever. But I mean, you can kind of see what they're doing over the last 1 month, 3 months, 12 months, just by hovering right over it. And then you have the information on the insiders down here as well. And if you click on them, it's going to pull that up and it's going to show all of this person's insider trades on Apple. So great thing for people who do follow insiders. And your shorts information. So all your short interest stuff. So again, those who follow that, great area to look for. So then you get all your short information down here, your failure to delivers on all those, your borrow rates, your short volumes per the exchange, just all that short information that I was talking about. And your financials. So again, this is going to kind of go over the earnings that they had. You have your income statement, your balance sheet, and cash flow statement is right down here. Then you get some other information as well too. So just kind of the basic fundamentals there of the company, or financials, whatever you want to call them. And again, that's all located under this area. And if you are looking for that in this, I mean, this is all right in here as well too. So you can access all of that in this area or up here. So that is a very important tab on both sides. So let's go back to expanding this and watch list. Again, like I showed everybody at the beginning, you can create your own watch list. So if you have an options watch list, you would just come in here, kind of do it how you want, create all your watch lists, and you have all your personal options watch lists up here. If you wanted to create a new one, just come in here, put in a name, save it. Let's just do watch list. And then I got to put in, we'll pick on Apple again. Then you just save that. There's your watch list, and it's got Apple, and easy enough to add in other tickers as well too if you want to add one to your watch list. And you got all your stock information up here as well. So kind of showing you what it did, all that information again for those who like looking in deeper into the information. You got your sector overview or your sector view of it. So again, sector information is in here. And again, your personal watch list, if you have a personal watch list, or for stocks. And then this is your options ones, and then your performance as well. So I'm going to give you the performance year to date. All that information's in here on the company. So like you look at, if you just want to look at one, Apple again, why not? So here you go. Year to date, we are up 34%. So very quick kind of overview on that. So, and again, you can filter that out. So moving along here, and that was all under watch list area. So moving along here, your unusual tools. Again, you can get this at the beginning of unusual whales here. Actually, I will just show everybody. So unusual whales, this is from right at the top here. For those that might want to access it from here, but I like accessing it from in here. So let's close that out. Close that out. And I probably should have did it this way. So unusual tools. So you have your options profit calculator in here. Come in here, select what option and strategy you're doing, calls. Let's just pick this one, the 165. And then if it's going to ask you how to fill it out. And again, videos on how to do this exactly. I don't want to mess around with it too much and take time away from the video. So we have that, but you just come in here, call pretty much, and then it's going to tell you which direction you're expecting it to go. And show you how to do this, or it's showing you which way it's going to run and all that. So again, deeper dive videos on this. Don't want to get too off track. And then again, telling you what that type of spread is looking to do as well. And then you have your paper trading area. So those who want to practice paper trading, great area in here. Can set up all your information how you'd like over here. And you got your setting bars and all this up here. And trading journals for those who believe it's IBKR. Let's see. So IBKR is the one that they have set up for it right now. So those who want to journal their trades. And again, education. This is a free part of Unusual Whales. So those who don't even have Unusual Whales, feel free to check this out, especially if you're a new trader. Lots of information here for beginners and even a refresher for an advanced trader. So moving along here, you can have a portfolio area as well. So again, let's say you want to look at Dan Sullivan's profile. Here's his profile and kind of see what they're doing with it. So for those who are like to follow along with that stuff. And your correlation explorer as well. So kind of get a lot of information in here as well. It's going to tell you what sector, just more information about stuff. And again, can always filter it how you'd like with different filters, your sector, just all this stuff. Lots of different puzzle pieces that you have to find that work good for you. And for those that are on Discord or have your own Discord, you can always put in a Discord bot as well too, which is great because the Discord bot You can have it pull news, and I mean, even just looking right here, I mean, you get a lot of information. I mean, you get forecasts, you get your economic information, you'll get if Powell's speaking, the bot will pull what he's saying and let you know what it, and post it in your channel for you just to kind of keep a watch. And again, your options strategies here. So kind of telling you what this is. So for those who like playing spreads or are learning to play spreads, I mean, great spot to start. It's going to kind of tell you information about it. It's like cash secured put. You've got your description. It's going to tell you information here. And again, you've got your beginner stuff here. If you're a beginner, intermediate versions, advanced versions, kind of all that stuff. Lots of stuff for learning processes here, especially in trading. And your market heat map again as well. So heat map, we kind of already touched on the charting tool, but you can get that here as well. So if you're not in a certain company and you want to come chart, we'll do AMD again. I like picking on the A's, I guess. So you pull up AMD, you have your information up here on how to, like your indicators, all that. And again, another video explaining this, but you can get that here. Your media, so the political trading, obviously everybody knows Unusual Whales is very big on the political trading and not catching them, but they can see, they like to follow the political trades, and they do a lot of information on that. So in here, I mean, you can see all your different Democrats and Republicans, and you get a bunch of information in here as well. And let's say you wanted to see insider buys on, we're going to do Microsoft. So you've got your information here, your House and Senate trade history. And again, very nice charts here make it very easy to see what that person's doing. And you got a lot of information down here. So like you've got your sell, your purchases. So it's kind of all flagged out here where it was, and you can see what the price of Microsoft was doing also. And let's say you wanted to look for a certain politician. We'll do, since everybody loves her, so Pelosi's trades. There you are. You can search it right by name, and it's going to pull up all her disclosed trades so far. So that is kind of that political trading area under the media area. And for those who want to advertise, obviously, information here, your investor relations information, kind of more for the business side here, but political trading is a very, very great thing to follow along with. So miscellaneous, again, lots of information as well in here. You have your news area on Unusual Whales. So lots of stuff in here. Daily news, their blubber report, all that stuff. And again, the Unusual Whale, the fast stock news, great follow, gets the news out very fast. And just some more educational information in here as well. And your futures information here. So you get your futures information. Again, obviously market's not open at all right now, so nothing's going to be moving, but you get your information here, your commodity information, bonds, your different countries, all that, um, all the dollars, yens, all that information in here. Some more information down here as well. So moving on, again, short information as well here. So you want to search for a short, we'll do NVIDIA. You need to pull up the short interest on NVIDIA there. So again, very easy, but you can find that in here as well. Alerts, which are the free whale alerts, premium whale alerts. It's going to alert you on trades. Obviously, just don't take anything. Nothing is a buy signal. Obviously, do your own due diligence, but I mean, it gives you information here, kind of tells you the low, the high percent of that, and this stuff was bought right at close, so nothing's gonna run. But you'll see how far they're out of the money and what they're roughly at too, as well. Like the low of this hit 7% so far. So kind of some information here, and again, you can search, filter how you'd like, and other information in here as well. If you do put watch list, you can get information and add that in here. I use an Excel as a watch list, so mine is blank. And then AI, this is a very cool newer feature as well here. So it does take a couple seconds to load, but let's say you wanted to do a new chat. Let's do AMD, or yeah, let's do AMD. No, we'll do Microsoft. I keep picking on the same three. So pull in that information here. So we are in 2023. Let's say you wanted to get information on Microsoft. So you just click on that, and we wanted to see Microsoft's earnings. And again, I had that with Apple. It takes a couple minutes to think, obviously. It's got to pull in all the information. And you can always add in more too as you're waiting for that. But you can see just it gives a very quick blurb on it. And again, it's AI. It's not 100% accurate. We all know that. So keep that in mind. But you can get a very quick little blurb about that there as well. Just some extra data in here as well. Just your Brent information, your crude oil information, just some extra data for those that are looking at that stuff. Some crypto info here as well. So you can kind of see what that buy sell is going on, symbol wise, just some crypto information here as well. Some crypto whales here as well, too. And you have your economic calendar in here also. So again, the economic calendar is something very important to follow along with. So, and again, you can adjust that how you'd like. Entire world, if you just want the United States, apply that. Then you'll just get your information here versus all of that. So kind of just some stuff there. Your ETF information. So I always laugh when I see the Kramer one, but you can kind of just get your yeah, it makes me laugh, the Kramer one. So you get your information in here, and just kind of coming down here, you can see all your different position returns. My internet's been a little slow, so I apologize, but we'll skip that. But yeah, you can kind of see all the information he has here on some of these inverse and all the Kramer stuff. So you have that as well. Some NFT information also. So if you have Metamask, you can connect that here and do some NFT information. Your social area. So again, you can search for a company and get their social sentiment. So let's look at one that people are kind of always talking about. So let's look at the whale view on Tesla. So kind of get all that information all packed into one, and then you get that alerts table also as well. But let's go back down to here. So you get, yeah, you got a filter right here. Where's my Tesla? So then, yeah, you can kind of see what that overall sentiment is and look at like the Furu people. So we'll go back, but probably shouldn't look at the Furu people, honestly, to be honest. But looking at that, I mean, you have some stuff in there, and again, my internet has been a little goofy. I apologize. Everything's not loading as fast as it should. We do have, for those that like to send out gifts, so birthday present, Christmas present, Thanksgiving present, come in here and you can gift an Unusual Whales membership to somebody, or a gift card as well. come in here to your stock screener. So again, you can set this how you want. If you're looking for a put call ratio that's greater than, let's say, 2, hit search, and then it's going to pull up that information in here as well. So again, you can filter this however you want. They do have some shortcuts, some different features as well in here, so you can see your pricing, how to get started, just their app, their mobile app as well. Kind of just a breakdown again what Unusual Whales has. And for those who like the merchandise, which is pretty fun, it's going to bring you over to a different website. And this is where we will end as well too. But you can get your, I mean, they have a lot of awesome apparel here and accessories, socks, drinks. The mugs are pretty cool. Pull up a mug actually. Yeah, and I mean it's very cheap too. I mean, very cool mug too. So, and you can get all your shirts and all that and stuff in here. So, that is kind of just a breakdown of the Unusual Whales platform. They, again, like I said, they did a lot of updates. So, a lot to learn. Feel free to rewatch this video whenever. I know it's a little longer. And again, feel free to check out my other videos with deeper dives on kind of how to filter stuff and all that too. I didn't want to dive super deep into that, just otherwise, this would be a 3-hour video. And again, for those who are interested in trying Unusual Whales, please, please feel free to use the referral code that I'm dropping below to sign up. And again, you'll save 5% on your subscription, which free money is free money. Can't argue with that. And again, even if you're an existing user and you're paying the full price, you can always cancel and resub and save that 5%. Otherwise, that is all I have for everybody until we have another major update. Have a great day. Enjoy Unusual Whales. And for those who may have questions on it, feel free to tweet me too at Anthony Sanford. You know my Twitter. So have a great day, everyone.